Hello, and welcome to Anime Territory. I'm your host this week, John Gravall. With me, as always, is my co-host, Benjamin Tsuchinoko Shabbing.
Tsuchinoko.
Yeah. It feels like the name of a baseball player, Tsuchinoko Shabbing.
Okay.
Or Benjamin Tsuchinoko.
That sounds better.
Okay.
I don't know.
Just because you're like, there's no way there's going to be a Shabbing that plays baseball.
No, absolutely not.
So this week we're talking about Dandadan Season 2. We have already talked about Dandadan Season 1. I'm assuming in its own episode. I think in its own episode.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Do you remember what we rated it? Because I don't remember what I rated it.
Probably at least an 8.
Yeah, I probably gave it an 8. Maybe. I might transcend the spoilers for our spoiler-free rankings.
Okay.
I think I'm going to give the show a 9 right now. Is where I'm at.
I think we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah. If we haven't already given it a 9, I think Season 1 plus Season 2 is a 9 altogether so far.
I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Nope, I don't have I didn't write my ranking.
And there's no way you wrote my ranking.
No, absolutely not.
I could probably look mine up on my anime list, but I'm not going to do that. It's fine. Mm-hmm. I know what I'm giving it right now. So,
okay.
Did you have any spoiler-free thoughts? I know we just gave our rating of it, but
not specifically. The show's great.
Yeah,
I think just about everything about it is great. Animation, writing, voice acting, all of it's great.
Yeah. We should note that we are watching the sub and not the dub.
Yes.
I don't know if the dub is good or not. I do know I wasn't as... I didn't like the musical performance that was in there as much when we watched the video of it dubbed. Mm-hmm. It was much better subbed. But I think, what was the comment you said? It's just kind of like they played the music and then they had somebody sing over it as opposed to having it...
I think it's that they were
performed at the time with the music, and
it's a
feel like it
Japanese
was
song,
right.
So like you have to get the wording to match up with the song. So sometimes the lyrics aren't as good, and it just didn't match up to me. Or like the audios didn't match up or something.
Yeah, it was.
I felt like they put the music track, and the lyrics.
Were separate,
and they just put them together,
and they weren't mixed right. Now, to their credit, they got the lead singer of the band Dragon Force, to do the English lyrics there. Do you know Dragon Force? No. Okay. Do you remember? Well, you remember Guitar Hero existing, right?
Yes.
Do you know what the big song is that people always talk about with, like, I think it was specifically Guitar Hero 2?
No.
Okay, well, their big song is "Through the Fire and Flames."
Oh, okay, I've heard that song.
Yeah, that is a Dragon Force song, and it's one of the final hard songs that you play on, I think, Guitar Hero 2.
Gotcha.
Which I had Guitar Hero 5, so I don't have as much connection to that. I was late to the Guitar Hero train, though I definitely played 2 and 3, but just at like friends' houses and youth group things. So. But, it was like, okay, that's cool. I haven't heard of Dragon Force since middle school, but whatever, it's fine. I don't know why I say middle school. I think I watched too much anime. We went to a junior high and not a middle school.
Correct.
And I learned the difference recently because our hometown is converting to a middle school, which will have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Whereas a junior high just has 7th and 8th grade.
So they're not moving the junior high to the grade school, they're moving 6th grade to the junior high.
I believe so. I think that's what I heard.
Okay.
My nephew is in 5th grade and will be going into 6th grade, so I just heard it in passing. I haven't gotten all the details.
That's fine.
I feel like you would know more than I would, considering your brother works for the junior high. Well, he works for the Park District.
Yeah, it's Park District. It's not junior high.
Yeah. And they were already taking 6th graders for the soccer team. So sometimes.
I don't know if they have 6th graders this year. I don't know. I didn't ask.
It's one of those, like, we need more bodies and or we know that there are good players in 6th grade sort of thing. I don't know how they know there's good players in 6th grade. Like other Park District teams, I wasn't in after like 1st or 2nd grade. I didn't do Park District soccer until junior high. So
I didn't do soccer until like 5th grade. I don't think 5th and 6th. And anyways,
I did it like kindergarten and 1st grade or something like that. I did like 2 years as a really little kid. So I didn't know that you did it in 5th or 6th grade though.
I did.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember joining in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
You were the only, I think I wanted to get all of our friends to join, but it was just you and me.
Brock joined.
Oh yeah, okay. He didn't stick with it. Was he in 8th grade too?
That I don't remember.
Yeah, that's a tough question to have. I don't know. But anyway, enough side talk. It's Dandadan, season 2. So let's go into spoiler talks here.
Okay.
We already mentioned that there was a musical performance that I don't want to say came out of left field, but I was not expecting it, and I was not expecting it to go so hard.
I think we watched this one a little later, so I was kind of spoiled on it.
Okay.
I don't think I watched it, but I knew that there was going to be.
Or I might have known that there was going to be a musical scene, but I didn't know that in the context of the show, if that makes sense. Of if I don't know. I didn't see it coming using just the context of the show. Mm-hmm. They mentioned a musical performance, and then it's but it's going to be some cool metal stuff. I wasn't expecting that.
I just was not expecting it to be awesome.
Yeah. It was pretty great.
It was fantastic. Was it the best scene of the season?
Okay, so what are some other top contenders? There's the house rebuilding scene, I think is a good contender.
Okay.
We have Evil Eye versus
I think the
Evil Eye versus Okarun. I don't know if I should Turbo Okarun. I don't know what his transform state is.
I don't know.
But their second battle, the one where he's already beaten the Beethoven people.
Okay. See, I don't remember that scene very much.
You don't remember when he's fighting him and he was like, "Nope, I'm not going to keep fighting."
I remember that part, but I don't remember the actual fight.
Oh, I mean, it was quick, but it was pretty good.
The one that I remember more is where Evil Eye chokes out Momo and then she gets out of it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because that one's intense.
Yeah, oh yes, very much so.
So that's more of a memorable scene to me. I really like the composer fight.
That one I feel went on a little long.
I get that, but I think classical music for me in shows and TV is jazz, where if you include it, I'm this is awesome.
Yeah, I do appreciate a good classical music. I feel like the classical music was intentionally a little slightly bad though. I thought that was sort of the thing. It's all these different composer ghosts are playing, but they're not actually playing together, sort of thing. So it makes things a little jarring. I don't know. Maybe that's me misremembering.
I think maybe the first part of that scene's a little weak, but the second part when they're in the concert hall with the big guys opera singing, that's where I'm this is awesome.
Yeah, that part was definitely cool. It was. I'll get into this a little bit because I have now caught up to the manga, which as of this point is chapter 210, which is a pretty controversial chapter. But I'm not going to talk about anything past the show. Not in the context of this record here. But there are definitely differences between the manga and the anime. And they're all basically expansions of things in the anime. So, there's a musical scene in the manga, but a manga can't really capture the awesomeness of music, which the animation can. And there's the scene where the three kids, Momo, Okarun, and Aira, are there, and they're all sort of just whatever, and then they're all just they're all banging their heads. Yeah. That's in the manga. But the scene where the music causes the dead in the cemetery next to them to rise and form up, not in the manga. Not
wow.
that is purely added to like enhance the animation performance. And there's other things too, like when we have the soy sauce drop on Evil Eye and that transforms Gigi there's that little like fake out where it drops on the table and it misses and then something else happens and it drops and then it goes crazy. We don't have the fake out in the manga. Gotcha. We just have the soy sauce drops. And there's other little things. When we meet Kenta and we get that flashback where it's like, look, Kenta's been here the whole time. Mm-hmm. All the scrubs when they added, what's her name? Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, okay.
But they're like, what are you talking about? She's been here the whole time. You haven't noticed her because she's been married this time. You don't notice girls that have a wedding ring on.
I have not seen a whole lot of scrubs.
Oh, okay. Well, eventually they're just like, Elizabeth Banks is here and she's been here the whole time.
Okay.
And they have flashbacks to like, there she is. And they've just like...
Yeah.
CGI
they do that with
things.
Jack Black in Community.
Yeah.
The first episode of season 2.
Yeah.
He's been here the whole time.
When they do that, nothing. That's not in the manga. Gotcha. It's just him being like confronting Okarun at his desk. Like, I see you, my enemy. Like, that's where we get that. Ludris, the Minecraft guy, and like how like he gets angry. Like he still gets... They still kick him when he's first introduced, and he still like says like seems angry, and then he translates it as like, it's an honor to be kicked by a beautiful woman like you. But then we get like fun little scenes where he's like breaking shit and still showing his anger. We don't get those extra scenes in the manga. Okay. So it could be taken literally that is what he said, but and then at the very end when Momo is holding part of the house, and then she sees the kiss, and then the whole house explodes. Also, the house being like sort of part house, part giant Buddha robot still, part thing. It's in the manga, it's just a normal house. There's no explosion. It's like that got added. Okay. She's just like, they don't add the dramatic explosion that has been memed to death.
Are you seeing like the reactions to that where it's just like, oh no, Ira's dead?
Yes. There's no house explosion. Ira's not dead in the manga. Is she dead in the anime?
Probably not, but it's like she was in that house. She's dead. Those memes are great. Okay. So this is where I'm going to go into my hot take here. Is that I think I like the anime more than the manga. Okay. I think all those things that they added only serve to improve things. Mm-hmm. I also would like to note that while the art style of the Dandadan manga is beautiful and highly detailed, I think the animation A does a good job of adapting that art style, and B, I think transcending just the being able to look at it in the manga. The manga in black and white?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think I think everything just gets one up in the anime. And they haven't like added anything. Well, I'm like, well, why did they add that? Like
it's been fairly accurate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like those little expansions that I've talked about.
Okay.
The fight scene with the music people, that one might have been a little bit shorter. They also didn't do the little stinger where they accidentally had to fight them again. Or at least I don't think they did that stinger. I don't actually remember now, but I thought that they didn't, like, oh no, we accidentally played it again and now we have to fight them again. I don't think we did that. That might have been the only thing where, like, again, I felt like that scene was a little long, and in the manga it was not that long, so maybe that's the one difference. But that's my hot take, is that the anime is better than the manga so far.
I don't know if that would be considered a hot take or not.
I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. Okay. But there's a lot of people out there for other shows that will be like, the manga is better than the anime. And a lot of times, if it's like a really long-running show like One Piece, it's because One Piece adds a bunch of crap.
I guess, would you recommend the Dandadan manga then?
Yes. I think I would still.
Okay.
Giving very, very light spoilers for stuff past the season. They kind of keep adding more like characters where I kind of wish we would pare down and just go with a few characters at once. But I also normally don't include everybody all at once too. There'll be a time where it's like, well, why didn't you guys talk to us? It's like, we didn't have any time. Like, you weren't there, and we needed to deal with shit right away.
Gotcha.
But then it's like, oh, there's this character and this character. They all sort of like join the gang. But yeah, I would recommend the manga, especially if it's going to be a while for the next season to come out, because if we're on chapter 210 right now, if I had to guess where season 3 would end, I would say it's around like chapter 120. Just because like that's a really big climactic arc in the manga. So
where did this end?
Chapter 72
ends on chapter 72.
Yes,
and there's 210 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. Okay.
Now, I don't know if everything is going to be what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if everything is going to continue to just be a 1-to-1 adaptation where things get slightly expanded upon, or if they're going to shorten things. I don't know, obviously, what's going to be moving forward. The manga doesn't have the same amount... I should note that when... So Dandadan, the first 2 seasons, both kind of end on a cliffhanger sort of thing. One of them on an, oh shit, what's going to happen next cliffhanger, and one of them on a...
The fuck?
Oh, we're getting some relationship stuff that's going to happen here. Like season 1, we end with, oh shit, we revealed the hidden room that's filled with all of this like dark energy in the house. And then in season 2, we end with the kiss happening in front of Momo, and it's like, oh, I really want to see what happens next in both of these instances. Different ways, mind you. Whereas I was kind of like tense and worried season 1. Number 2, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be fun. Like, what are we going to get out of this in season 2? I don't feel like the manga, it both does and does not have that same sense of cliffhanger. Whereas things will they'll still end chapters and things where you're like, oh, what's going to happen next? But you'll learn it like a week later. It's not quite the same gut punch of, oh, I now need to wait for the next season. What's going to happen? So I don't know if that's good or bad, but that is a difference of just the format that they are. I think they're doing a good job of setting up those fun cliffhangers in the anime. So long as it keeps getting adapted, I won't get mad at cliffhangers. And I think it's going to keep getting adapted. I think we're not the only ones that think this show rules.
Yeah.
So,
just hopefully it's soon.
Okay.
But it might not be.
All right. Now, I've got a question for you. Okay. This question is divisive in the Dandadan community.
Okay.
How do you feel about Kenta as a character?
He's okay. I don't know if we've seen enough of him to have a opinion yet. He seems like he might be annoying, but we'll see.
So, I can say that when he was, like, when we got the preview of him, everybody in the Dandadan community was like, oh shit, best boy Kenta's showing up. He's my boy. And I'm sure like half of it is sarcasm, or if not 75% of it is people being sarcastic of like, look how fun this guy is. And then like I think people seeing that wave of reaction and then getting introduced to him, people were just like, I hate this type of character. Why do people like him so much? Is sort of the counteraction to that. Whereas I don't think people would have had as strong of a reaction against him if there wasn't such a big like community of manga readers being like, oh, it's Kenta. He's here. Another like thing that I see as sort of a misunderstanding of the character is that a lot of people are say like, oh, I hate pervert characters. Like they'll refer to him as like
reference him in the same vein as like the great boy from My Hero Academia, who's a big pervert. Like, I don't like this character because he's the pervert nerd character. It's like he's actually not really that much. Like, he says like the 10-gallon wiener.
Yeah, which that was going to be my nickname if I hosted this episode. You were going to be 10-gallon wiener.
I couldn't think of a nickname, so I just quickly scrolled through. I should have done that. Oh well. I thought Tsuchinoko would be cool. I'll have a question about Tsuchinoko's in a little bit.
Okay.
But that is just him trying to like react to like, oh, they keep talking about testicles. Like, I guess girls like that.
Yeah, the sense I got from just the anime is like he's like overhearing their conversations, like Okarune's and Momo's conversations. So he's just like trying to mock or like mimic those. Yes. That's why he's doing it, but there's no context for them, so they're like, this guy's a perv.
Yeah, no, he's more like the character that he's just like trying to aura farm, where he's like, obviously all the girls like me, and he's like trying to get girls to like him, but he's not like being perverted about it. Like, that's not quite the right take on him. Yeah. And I think his introduction, and a lot of people laughing at the fact that he says 10-gallon wiener, which is legitimately hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
But, like, they take that as like, oh, he's just going to keep doing it. And like, there's a little bit of that, but you don't see it from like a point of malice, if that makes sense. He's like trying to fit in and look
It'd
cool.
be like a new guy just trying to make like dirty jokes to fit in.
Yeah. He's like, oh, this must be what these people like. How do I jump into the conversation? Now, 10-gallon wiener.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not what we're doing.
It's kind of like cringy and like maybe awkward, but it's not. There's no malice. It's not. Like,
yes, yeah. That's at least has been my interpretation of him so far. Oh, that also reminded me of another comedic scene that was added into the anime that was not in the manga. When Evil Eye and Kenta, or when Kenta accidentally summons Evil Eye when they're running away from the kaiju, and Evil Eye like throws his backpack, and then like a scene later we see the backpack hit the kaiju. That doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen? Oh, no. That's so good.
There's like no mention of what his backpack is. Whereas they're like, look, it's this cool backpack.
Hot take, Evil Eye is great.
That's not hot. Evil Eye is great.
God, he's so good. I love Evil Eye.
Yeah.
Once he's on the team, basically.
Once he's like, he's great all the way through. One, he's a genuine menace. And then once he is like once he's trained, I guess, disciplined, whatever, like then he's just amazing.
God's that like end fight with Godzilla, he's just like kill, 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 kill.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, do we want to talk about the plot of the show? Let's at least talk a little bit about the arcs.
Okay. I was going to rank the antagonists.
Okay.
Which can maybe.
Oh, was it Jessica Lopez Anaconda? Was the name of her attack?
Jennifer Lopez Anaconda.
That was going to be a nickname, but I couldn't remember it. Oh well. So yeah, we have the Keto family. Keto family. We have the Mongolian Deathworm. We have Evil Eye.
Yes.
We have Kaiju. We have
before I forget, they were like doing a little bit of a homage to the Godzilla theme, right? It sounded like it.
I want to say yes, but I can't. I don't want to get put on the record as saying, "Oh, it's definitely a Godzilla homage," when I don't actually remember what was playing.
Off the record. Sorry, it sounded like
the Godzilla attacks music, which
sounds like an homage to that, which was a good touch to me. And if it was an accident, it still worked. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Are those the antagonists that we have then?
I have Evil Eye, Mongolian Deathworm, the Keto family, the Kaiju, and the Evil Spirit, or the Evil Composers.
Okay. The Evil Composers, I guess I would rank last.
Yeah.
Because they're not really antagonists per se.
They're not actively trying to... Well, I mean, they were trying to harm our boys, but only because Turbo Granny was like, all right, we're going to shake this wasp nest and throw you guys in the room with it.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, it's not their fault.
Yeah.
They're just doing the ghost shit. They're doing the Tulpa stuff. Which now just makes me want to think, like, it's not time for Twin Peaks to return.
No, we just watched that. No.
But it's Tulpas.
I don't care.
Anyway, yeah, I would guess I would rank them lowest.
Okay.
I would then, I don't know. I don't like the Keto family, but I think they're good antagonists. Okay. I think they are legitimate.
I forgot that the lady's still around.
Yes, she is still around. The other ones have been arrested.
Yes.
So they're technically still around.
Yeah.
They do, spoiler alert, they do show up in the manga.
Okay.
You know, but it's some antagonists, you get the feeling of like, like Evil Eye. He's like, all right, he's on the team. Mm-hmm. Turbo Granny, she's on the team. You know, I don't think the Keto family are ever going to be on the team per se.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while, like in this fight, when Evil Eye shows up, they kind of team up with them just to deal with the immediate threat. Mm-hmm. And that sort of happens in a... I don't know. That's a spoiler for the manga. Okay. I'm sorry. But they do show up again.
They show up again.
And I like that they are not, like, joining the team. You know, that's not... We don't have to worry about that being a thing. And, like, maybe they would, again, team up if the circumstances demanded it again. But they're not going to be friends after the team up, if that makes sense. So I like that we have that. Mm-hmm. I think the Mongolian Deathworm is cool. So I rank the Mongolian Deathworm above the Keto family, even though they're sort of the same.
Yeah.
But Evil Eye is number 1. Mm-hmm. I don't know where to rank the Kaiju because number 1, Kaijus are cool. And number 2, I know more about that character now.
Yeah.
So
me personally, I would probably put it 4th or 3rd.
You would put it
either in front of or below the Keto family.
Okay. And I think that's fair. I think I would still, even without my manga knowledge, I think I would still put it above the Deathworm just because it's so cool and dumb looking.
Yeah, I guess.
I
just feel like the Deathworm was more of a menace.
Yes, the Deathworm is more of a menace. Despite the fact that this thing caused more destruction. But it caused it in that weird little, like,
pocket.
Closed space, Haruhi Suzumiya dimension,
mm-hmm.
that sort of thing. Which, you know, is a power that some, like, aliens have. Because, like, it happens when, like, Nessie and those guys are showing up. I think the Serpoians can, you know, have a technology to do that. And
just almost like a pocket dimension?
Yeah. The big, like, sumo wrestling alien had the power to do that. And the Kaiju had the power to do that. So, that is sort of explained in the manga of, like, okay, this is, like, a thing that can be activated.
Okay.
And, like, only, like, spiritually sensitive people, you know, will be able to enter it, which is why there's not a widespread knowledge of spirits and aliens, despite the fact that they're all over the damn place.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of times they are not directly interacting with the world there. So, and they mention that with the Hayashi performers too, where it's like, actually them not being able to see spirits, like, helps, because then, like, the spirits can't see them very well and target them, but their powers are legitimate of exorcism. So, you know, it's just like a little thing, which means that they can destroy buildings and not have to worry about the repercussion of it. But yeah, that's
so your ranking is
number 1 Evil Eye, number 2 Kaiju, number 3 is Mongolian Deathworm, number 4 Keto family, number 5 is the musicians.
Okay, I think I would just slip the Deathworm and the Kaiju, but
and that's fine. Yeah. I understand the reasonings. It is hard to choose. Mm-hmm. Just like that there's a big dumb kaiju.
that looks like a rubber suit, and turns out it is some sort of rubber suit.
That is true.
But still legitimately big threat. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got... Oh, okay, this is just a dumb question. This has barely anything to do with Dandadan.
Okay.
But do you know what a Tsuchinoko is?
Kind of. Go ahead and explain it.
So it's like it's a cryptid.
Okay.
That is a fat snake.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chode snake.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it can talk, and sometimes it likes alcohol. It kind of oh god, what the hell is that Pokemon called?
Dunsparce?
Dunsparce is like a basically a Tsuchinoko.
Okay.
So like think that body type,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a Tsuchinoko, but it's venomous, whereas Dunsparce is not, and it likes alcohol.
Okay.
That's Tsuchinokos. They caught them in Space Dandy too when they're fishing and they get the Chameleonian, one of the Tsuchinokos that QT catches turned out to be the Chameleonian in disguise. That's another instance of them. I just kind of like them. I think they're neat.
Okay. Isn't there a thing like if you catch one, it gives you something?
That I don't know. I was on the Wikipedia page before we started just to see like what exactly the legends of it were, because I didn't know enough about I didn't know enough about what they're like other than that they're chode snakes.
Gotcha.
That's where I got that they like alcohol and they can talk sometimes.
So no, a Tsuchinoko shows up in City the Animation. There's just like a Tsuchinoko hanging around. Like one of the bits is like somebody catches one. But
yeah, I don't know. All the description gives me is that they can supposedly double jump. They can jump and then jump it while they're in midair again. And they can jump up to a meter high and then
I don't know
jump
what
again.
that is in kilometers.
Well, it's 1/1000th of a kilometer.
Oh.
I know what that is in kilometers.
Good for you.
And they have a propensity for lying, and sometimes they will swallow their own tail so that it can roll like a wheel.
Cool.
That's
I thought there might have been a thing where it's like it gives you good fortune or eternal life or something. I could be wrong.
There's a bounty of 2 million yen in the Chikusa Hyogo Prefecture and 20 million yen in Yoshi Okayama Prefecture. So maybe
that's what I'm thinking.
There's supposedly a big wave of sightings in the 1980s in Japan, the Tsuchinoko. So
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, Tsuchinokos, they are just sort of snakes that like to get drunk and lie and roll around like a wheel.
Okay.
And I love them.
Got anything else?
I don't think so. I think I've got all my points there.
Some more things.
Okay, go ahead.
Thoughts on Hair Down Psycho or Seiko? Grandma.
I mean, I think her hairdo was always her weakest point, but it's kind of also her iconic point. So, I'm for it.
For Hair Down.
Yep.
Me too.
Because again, her hairdo up was always her weakest point, but it's also the only thing that makes her like grandma-like is that she's got the weird grandma hairdo. So,
do you have any thoughts on the Gundam design?
The Buddha Gundam?
Yeah.
I think it serves its purpose.
Okay.
I think when they're using Momo and Ira's powers at the end and just sort of like holding the thing with Momo's powers, I think that's when it reaches its peak design.
Okay. That was cool.
It did have communist sunglasses, which was a plus. So, overall, I would say a good, but not quite at great design.
Okay. I think I would agree with you. Last thing I just wrote down. Do you have a favorite character?
Do I have a favorite character? So far, anime only favorite character is probably just Okaroon. Because I'm a basic bitch. I like the main character. Momo would be second, I suppose. And then maybe Turbo Granny.
Okay.
That's hard to say.
See, Turbo Granny, I think, is sidelined a little bit in this arc. Or in this season. I don't think there's a lot of Turbo.
No, because she's in the first arc. She follows them along to the hot springs.
She's kind of stuck in that spot, though.
Yes, she gets stuck.
So I think in that big climax of that, she's not there because her and Okaroon are stuck.
Yeah. She's there to serve a purpose of, hey, I have encyclopedia knowledge of all these fucking spirits, and you don't fuck with Evil Eye.
That's true.
That's her point in that arc. She's not really in the Godzilla versus Robot arc. That's not her brand of expertise there. I do think it's funny that she gets to go to the hot springs with them.
She lives there.
Like, fuck that. Fuck dealing with the house. Let's go to these hot springs. What about me? You can come too.
It's like those hot springs don't care that it looks like a cat. They're pets allowed.
Well, I think it still looks like a stuffed cat, so they're just I guess they're bringing their stuffed animal in, and their anatomical model. God, because she's there too. Hana's there too.
Oh, I forgot Hana's there.
She's definitely in the background of one of the shots. I don't know if she's in the background of all of them, but
that was my one note. Was they needed more Taro? We got a lot of Taro in that one section, but then he just fucked off.
Well, Turbo Granny tells him that she doesn't want not Turbo Granny. Actual Granny, Seiko, what's her name again? Seiko. At one point, she says, "I don't want you coming over late because it's not good for Hana to meet with hooligans who are out that late." So I think he gets it's like, "But I have a job at school or whatever."
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to think. Other top character. I mean, I like Gigi. There's not a character I hate.
Okay.
Gigi, I think, would normally be a little annoying, but I do like him in this show.
I like his dynamic with Evil Eye.
I like his dynamic with Okaroon too.
Mm-hmm. He can be a little much sometimes, but I like his dynamics. He has good moments.
Yes. Yeah, I think he ultimately wins us over. Despite his annoying tendencies.
Yes.
I think in the context of the annoying tendencies could be annoying, but overall it's just it's just whatever. It's how
he's a good person.
Yeah. So I can forgive it and find it charming even, if that makes sense. Whereas on another character that is not a good person or not a good character, I might just go, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Why does he gotta talk like that?
It also helps that the show, I think, does a fairly good job of kind of spacing the secondary characters out. So you're not getting them all at once.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, Ira's not really in the first arc.
And Gigi's not really in the Kaiju arc.
Yeah. And it's, kind of the middle arc is it's either Gigi or Evil Eye. So you don't get a whole lot of Gigi. You're getting a lot of mixture between the two. But I just feel like there's not a lot of scenes where they're all together to where you can maybe get too distracted or
I think that middle section is the arc where they're all together because they go and ask Ira to stay with them. So they're all kind of there. Obviously Evil Eye is not really on the team per se yet.
I guess you're right. They are kind of all together.
But it's fine when it's just that one arc. And like I said, also it's not to the point where they're at in the manga where it's they've also added this character and this character and this character, where it's okay, that's too many people, and then there are arcs where it's like, okay, everybody's on board for this major arc, and then okay, now we've got an immediate thing that we're dealing with, and we don't have time to go and get Gigi and Ira, but this person is with us and this person is with us. So
gotcha.
It's definitely I can see where they're at now, where they kind of build up to the bigger arc with other smaller arcs, which I think they're doing pretty well in the manga so far. So I guess I'll just say that. It doesn't feel like, oh, now all of a sudden there's a big arc out of nowhere. Or it doesn't feel like, it kind of feels like around like chapter 120-ish to right now, we're sort of all in one big arc, but really it's several small arcs where it's like, okay, I get that there's like something going on, but they do a good job of like having immediate dangers that feel like, well, it's not just that they're sending one bad guy after another at them. It feels more naturalistic than that.
More organic.
Yes. Where it's like, okay, sometimes where it's like...
There's like one big bad guy who's just like, I'll send this person.
Then I'll send this person. And no, it's not like that.
No.
Which like Gurren Lagann is sort of guilty of.
Yeah.
But really only like for maybe the last like 6 episodes of the first part. Mm-hmm. And then so it doesn't like wear out its welcome. It doesn't feel, the end of the day doesn't feel like you're progressing through video game levels of like, okay, well now I need to get through this level and fight Airman at the end so that I can then go and fight Heat Man next. It's not like, it doesn't feel like that. Mm-hmm. There are, multiple factions doing things, and sometimes one of those factions, is the immediate threat. And sometimes there's actually like, oh, there's like 2 or 3 antagonists here that have just sort of all happened to coalesce into this one arc. But
yeah, because like the first arc, it's Gigi's house is haunted, so we got to investigate, and it turns into that. Mm-hmm. And then it's like Gigi's possessed, we got to try to fix that. Yeah. And then it's Okarun wants to get stronger, so he has to fight some spirits to get stronger. Mm-hmm. And then it's like we found his golden ball. Yeah. Oops. There's a Godzilla here.
And the golden ball was very much like that was sort of always what they've been looking for. Yes. But then like they get sidetracked with things. So, but anyway, I don't want to say any more about, I feel like I've said too much about the manga as is. You can be the judge if you think I've spoiled anything, but
yeah, I think you're right. Okarun and Momo are the best characters. I want to give a shout out to Silky Hair. I think she's awesome. I think she's powerful.
Acrobatic Silky?
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Acrobatic Silky.
Okay.
I like Acrobatic Silky.
I do too. Ira's another character where they can be kind of annoying, like that archetype. Mm-hmm. But they do a good job in this show of making it not too bad. Of like here's this other girl that's into him, and it's not like too overplayed.
I like that part where like Okarun carries her back to the house. She's like pretending to be asleep or something.
Pretending to be passed out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't seem to let her go. What's going on? Let's see. We had... Oh, okay. Here's another divisive question from the community that I've seen people argue about. Is Momo a tsundere?
Is she? No, I don't think so.
Right? I think she is a little bit of one. If you take it that not an extreme one, keep in mind. It's not a Taiga or an Asuka type tsundere. It's if you think of it as this person does not always say what they mean. Okay. And they're hiding their true feelings behind a front. Okay. But ultimately they show their sweeter side then and again, but they are too shy to let out their...
So is Okarun a tsundere?
Okarun is more of a kudere. Okay. A shy... Or not... Kudere is cool. He's... I don't remember what the shy one is, but he's more of the shy one, where he's not saying his feelings, but he's not, like, saying the opposite of his feelings, except for, like,
once or twice when Momo starts saying the opposite of her feeling. Like in season 1,
Okay.
when they like bump into each other.
He's not necessarily hiding the feelings. He's just not saying them.
Correct.
Okay.
He's not denying the feelings.
Okay.
But he is hiding them, if that makes sense. Whereas Momo is sort of denying the feelings. Like when Gigi asks her, "Do you have a crush on somebody?"
Okay.
Like that was sort of a moment where it's like, okay. Or when they're leaving and she's just
she doesn't deny it, right? She just doesn't say it. Doesn't she just walk away?
I think Evil Eye shows up at that point, and that's how she gets out of it. And there's also the scene where like she's like wanting him to say goodbye or see you tomorrow or something like that, and she's just like kind of swinging her arms and hitting them. Like that's a tsundere move, if a little bit of the dere side of it. Definitely season 1. You know, I'm thinking right now of the sort of the fight that they have when they go through their first like encounter and they get away from the, you know, Okarun is now no longer needs to be constantly uncursed by her.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, she's waiting at the gate. Maybe I shouldn't say hi." And then they do say hi or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to go find them at lunch." And they keep missing each other because they're looking in the wrong places at the wrong time. Then they bump into each other and sort of like clink teeth and kiss sort of thing. And then they get mad at each other. And they're both like, well, I didn't want to, you know, like that was definitely a tsundere like archetype there where they are, one of them overreacts to their like happiness to see them and hides it with, "Yeah, I don't want anything to do with you," sort of thing. But yeah, people in there are like, "Well, she is," and other people are like, "She's not." And I guess I think you can take it both ways, I suppose, because we took it different ways. But I think it's definitely parts of it are there.
Okay.
Is I guess all of what I'm trying to win you over to is that parts of it are there.
Okay. I don't know.
So
should we do an episode where you just talk about the deres?
I'm not well versed enough in all. I'd have to have a sheet up that's like, well, this is this one, and I'd have to like get examples of each of them. But there's, I think Kudere is the cool. It'll like cold a little bit,
okay,
and then sweet on the inside. So like when Kaguya in Kaguya-sama Love is War is being a little like aloof and cold, she would be considered like a kudere type.
Okay. So what is Ira? What would she be considered?
Ira is...
Well, she's pretty open.
She's pretty open. And the whole like thing about the deres is that a lot of times they are... like it's two sides to a thing. Like, oh, they're cold on the outside but they're sweet on the inside, or they're angry on the outside but sweet on the inside.
Okay.
She's more of like if I had to pick an archetype, it'd be like the popular girl archetype. I don't know, that's not really a dere archetype.
Okay. So there's not a dere that's like she just shows her feelings.
Yeah, and she was almost sort of I mean, there's like dere, which is just sweet all the time, which doesn't feel right.
No.
And Ira was almost like the, she's a narcissist too.
Yeah.
And very much, she was sort of the opposite of a tsundere when she's first introduced, because she's just like sweet on the outside, but kind of like, these people are beneath me on the inside sort of thing.
Kind of doing it for fun. Or just like a show of power, almost. Yeah,
of like, look at, I'm so nice and I'm so great of a person that I will even deign to talk nicely to the lower echelons of society. Like, there's a narcissist level there. So I don't know if there's a dere type for that or not.
Okay.
But I would, I know there's a lot more than what I've just said. I mean, yandere is one that is pretty famous. but doesn't honestly have all that many like good examples of in popular animes. Like I'm sure there's plenty of them, but there's only like a few popular animes with a truly yandere character.
Gotcha.
Other ones are sort of like, if we were to talk about Yandere Dark Elf, for instance, which we never finished.
No.
We watched maybe the first 2 episodes of.
Maybe.
There was like, I almost would say if we were to continue with that show, that the character would not actually truly be a yandere. Because the whole like idea of the yandere is they are sweet on the outside, and then toxic, manipulative, murderous on the inside. Whereas that yandere Dark Elf was sort of like had another layer beyond that of sweet. Like ultimately sweet on the inside again. Because like the one episode we watched where it's like, oh, there's a classmate of the main boy who seems to be getting close to him, and she's like, well, I'm gonna do dark things to that girl so that she stays away from him. If she'd have actually followed through with that, instead of like, oh, actually, I kind of like this person.
Okay.
Then I think she would be a true yandere. Whereas this is just like, it's trying to get the tropes in the feel without actually committing to the horribleness that is a yandere character.
Gotcha.
Where Gasai Yuno, or Yuno Gasai, however the name should be going from Future Diary, is a legitimate yandere, and how like, oh yeah, there's a point where she keeps the main character in a coma, drugged up in a coma, in a bag that she carries around with her, because that's the best way to keeping him safe.
Interesting.
And, and just truly doing terrible, dark things in the name of her quote unquote love. Like it is. And there might be some, I never finished Future Diary, but there might be some sort of redeeming this, but it's not quite. It is like, oh yeah, she's actually doing terrible things, as opposed to just, brandishing a knife near somebody. Like,
okay.
Anyway, I don't think we should do an episode on just the deres.
Okay.
Maybe I could do a moment where I give a lesson on it, but I would need to thoroughly prepare.
Gotcha.
We could do an episode we did the Dragon Ball Crash Course. We could do a video episode where I come up with a slideshow to go, but I feel like I would need to have another person. I don't want to like read off the things. I would need a lot of time to prepare. So maybe one day.
Okay.
But I don't think anytime soon. So go watch Dandadan.
Yeah, this show's great. It's fantastic.
And while you're at it, if you want, you can find us on any podcast platform. We're Anime Territory. Anime_territory on Twitter. I did just recently check the Twitter for the first time in a long time. No notifications, so
gotcha.
I don't feel so bad about not checking it for several months. But yeah, you guys have a great rest of your... I don't know why I went into my customer service voice of how I end calls. Have a great rest of your day. And if you need anything, you can call us back at our blah, 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 blah. But no, you're now leaving the Anime Territory.
Goodbye.